Fandango's Week in Rage. You know Donnie, the lovable midday guy here on the point. He's always so friendly. He's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
Absolutely. Not
always,
just on radio, but in life.
That's what I mean. Always with a smile. If you've ever been out to like a concert and you've seen Donnie there, or one of the many appearances that we have here
always
at the station.
Quick for a hello.
Oh, hey, how you doing? Hey, thanks so much for listening. He's just like very animated,
but in reality,
happy guy. But inside,
he's
man,
very angry.
He bottles up so much. So we decided to give him his own segment on the show called Donnie Fandango's Week in Rage, where he can come in and just kind of let it all out, because what we don't want to have happen is for Donnie to finally lose it. And he does say, tell me if I'm wrong on this, Donnie, that you do feel much, much better after you use this segment to kind of, as Howard Stern would say, get the poison out.
Right.
Yeah, well, definitely so. And even not just with the segment, but like, you know, like Monday or Tuesday or whatever day I came in and we were talking about that one thing.
Yeah.
And I got pretty hot under the collar. That for real helps, like, you know, just like getting it out there, you know?
All right, well, here we go.
Anytime, Donnie.
It's time for this week's Week in Rage.
So yesterday, I had 3 people on the texter and on the phones tell me that I should give them Free Point Fest tickets because they have moms with cancer. Now listen, I'm not saying that that's not true, but if you're out there saying that kind of stuff and it's not true, oh man, that is some bad karma going your way. And are you really the person that is going to say your mom has cancer for concert tickets? Really? Like, really you want to do
How many sob stories have you heard?
Oh man, sob stories are crazy. And sob stories are fun. I have no problems with sob stories. But really, let's not throw mom under the bus with a terrible disease that could potentially kill her. Please.
You know what I do every time I get a sob story begging for tickets for anything? One of two things. I either delete the mother effing crap out of it immediately, or I just forward it off to Jeff Burton, because Tom and Jeff do that ticket fairy thing every once in a while. I don't read it.
Good call.
So don't send them to us.
Hey there, guy behind me yesterday at Shop and Save on Lime. There needs to be a certain distance between you and I in the self-checkout line, okay? You do not need to be so close that I can hear you breathe.
Yeah, line crowders.
Unless, of course, you're Tom West, which I guess I'm going to hear you breathe probably regularly. But this guy was so close to me yesterday. Like, he was like stepping on the backs of my shoes. There has to be some kind of distance between me and someone else in a line, or as we're talking. So you close talkers, you close standers, please know that you really do annoy most of us quite a bit with your close standing and close talking.
Now, do you think close talkers and close standers know they're so close and they're really annoying?
No.
No, I think they're completely oblivious to it. Why is there such a big deal made out of sports radio ratings in the Post-Dispatch sports section? At least once every 2 weeks, Dan Caesar breaks out this big column about the ratings battles between 590, 1380, and a 101. And the crazy thing is that all 3 of their ratings suck.
Yeah, like, true.
They're not good.
Like, if you added up the ratings from all 3 of those stations, it wouldn't equal one of the moderately rated FM radio stations.
Very true. Yeah, you know, so like, I don't understand, but it's every 2 weeks he's got a big ass column about it. Instead of that column about ratings, which obviously people aren't flocking to those stations anyway, how about another cards feature? Maybe another article, which I can't wait to read, on whether Sam Bradford's going to start right away. Whatever you want to do, I don't care. It just seems to me to be a waste of a column in the sports section when really it's such a small percentage of people. And also, too, a sub note to that, how come they never talk about our ratings in the paper? How come they never talk about like the 1834 numbers and how we completely and totally dominate and destroy anyone around us?
I actually know the answer to that, because the people who write this stuff, the people at the newspapers, they're all old dudes. So unless it has something to do with like 103.3 or one of the other like old guys, KMOX,
oh, I mean, how about
old guy stations.
How about this classical orchestra music station going off the air?
Dude, I've read 4 or 5 things about that in the last week. And that's KUFO or whatever. Like,
radio and television is the biggest show of democracy that you'll ever see. If the people aren't there, it'll go away. You know, so if someone's not watching something or not listening to something, it'll go away. So when your favorite radio station goes away, in this case, the classical people who were all pissed, guess what? Nobody was listening to it.
That's why it went away.
That's why it went away.
I just think that we, the ones that are getting ratings, that are making our companies money, I think we deserve that blurb every now and again saying, hey, these guys are king.
In the newspaper, which I think as many people read the newspaper as listen to that classical music station is, but nobody's reading the newspaper, man. Who cares?
I get you. I still would just like a little bit of the credit, all right? Also, here's another one. We're airing this commercial for the seatbelts. It's like a public service sort of announcement. I hate these public service announcements so much because they take away the effectiveness of what they're trying to get across with a lame, stupid 30-second commercial that kids listen to and go, that's an obvious joke. Take that money and use it to teach kids another way. These radio commercials, I've never heard one of them that is worth a spit. It's all just junk, and especially this one now about I don't want it to wrinkle my clothes and that my friends need me around. Come on, man. Kids see through that. You gotta know that they see through that. Hey, super dad that was yelling at his 9-year-old baseball team this week, can I ask you the question? Do you think that it really helps to scream, protect the plate every time one of your guys has got 2 strikes up there? I really don't think it's probably going to be that effective. I know you're trying to help, but first of all, they're 9, okay? Second of all, do they really have a concept of what protect the plate means? And if they do, don't you think you screaming at them is going to kind of take off their concentration a little bit? Let's realize this, everybody, dads. Our kids are 9. They're not junior Cardinals. They're playing in a CYC league, and most likely they're going to be accountants before they're going to be ball players. So everybody, let's just take a deep breath and enjoy being out there watching them play and let it go. One last thing. I beg you that if you do not have to tuck in your t-shirt for work, don't tuck in your t-shirt. My dad does this and it drives me insane. He is an overweight man. God bless him. And Dad, I'm not trying to turn you out, but he is an overweight man that tucks in his shirt to his friggin' ankles, and it drives me crazy. I see it all of the time. Like, if you have to do it for work, like I know, like construction dudes, sometimes, you got to do the tuck. I get it. That obviously doesn't count. But I mean, you see, like, men that are out with their families, and they've got khaki shorts pulled up to their boobs, and then they've got their shirts way tucked in. It looks terrible, and most importantly, that cannot be comfortable. Ladies and gentlemen, untuck. It will free you. Untuck, please. That's all I got.
Especially when you're a giant fat guy, man. Like, don't you want something that's gonna kind of like,
gut.
Yeah. All you're doing is showing off. Are you that proud? Cover it up.
I would not think so. And again, the comfort factor. It's not comfortable when you have to tuck in shirts. At least not for me.
No.
Man.
And not to mention, you look like a douche.
Definitely look like a douche.
You look like a dorky, like chess club kind of douche.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's what I got. Not a lot of gigantic important things, but just a lot of little things that piss me off.
Hey, Donnie! Donnie's Week In Rage, everybody. Make sure you check out the video on the website, 1057thepoint.com/more.